guys, what's up? It's Sam, and this week's theme and challenge is the Throwback Tag. So I'm going to answer 15 questions about my past. The first question is what year I was born, which was 1995. The second question was, do you have any pictures of yourself when you were younger? And if you do, show them. We're in the transition of moving right now. I lost like all my videos and stuff, so all I have is pictures. I'm going to show you more pictures and no videos just so it makes it up, okay? So I got some really embarrassing pictures, so I hope you guys like this. See that? There's that one. Oh, there's my sexy little like 10-year-old body right there with my long hair. Here's me playing soccer again with my afro of the hair. I'm right here. That's my sister. Wait, is my sister? That's definitely my sister. That's my other sister. I have no clue who that little kid is. Or that thing. Here's my school picture when I was younger. And like, okay, so this picture, they scanned it, so like my face looks like I'm really wide. Because it like changed the shape of it. Alright, here's a little like kid right here. My mom thought she looked photographer or something. Okay, so I used to do karate a long time ago. I'm right here in the middle. Yes, it's me. Oh yeah, yeah. I look like my baby brother in this one. It's scary. I was such a little nerd when I was a kid. Look at this thing. Look at that. Hugging Lilo or Stitch. I was gonna say Lilo and Stitch, but it was only Stitch. Here's me when we went snowboarding. Now these pictures are gonna get younger and younger, just so you know. Here's me driving as a baby. Here's me in a cave. In the bath. Oh, here's my dog. Sad story about that dog. I'll probably tweet it one day. The dog's name is Roxy, so if you remember that. Oh, here's me naked as baby. Here's me with white stuff on my mouth. Probably like cocaine or something. And then here's me putting something in my mouth, like always. Okay, next question is what TV shows did you grow up watching? I watched SpongeBob, Rocket Power, Hey Arnold, Fairly Odd Parents. This is hard. I watched all those shows, like all the Nickelodeon shows. All the original 90s kids shows. I have like Cats and Dogs, or no, Cat Dog, that's what I meant. A lot of shows like that. I loved them. It was amazing. 90s were amazing. Alright, so next question is, what did you want to be when you grew up, and do you still want to be that? I wanted to be, what did I want to be? I wanted to be a soccer player when I grew up, like a professional soccer player. I actually amazingly could have been because I was really good, but then if I kept playing I would have to have surgery on both my knees because I have messed up knees. So yeah, it didn't really work out, and I started making YouTube again. So next question is, show a video of yourself when you were younger. Well, I don't have a video of myself when I was younger, so that's why I showed you extra pictures. So, what were your favorite toys to play with? I always played with my Game Boy Color. I remember it was always the Game Boy, and then the Game Boy Color came out. I was like, yeah! Oh, I got a Game Boy Color! And then my Super Nintendo, my Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. Those were amazing. What's the most embarrassing thing you can remember doing? Most embarrassing thing that I always remember doing, like the first thing that comes to my mind was I was at the beach. I was in the water with, these shorts were extra, like super big, super loose. And I'm in the water swimming, and a wave comes, and I jump out of the water, and I'm like, I have no shorts on. And I'm just like, oh my god. And like, this lady was babysitting me, and I was little, and I always thought she was really cute, so I was like, like freaking out, like in the water, like swimming, trying to find my shorts, and I finally found them like 20 feet away from me, like right by the shore, and I was just like, oh. And then like all these girls like looked at me like my age and started laughing. I was like, ah! I started crying because I was like 5, 7 maybe. Read something you wrote when you were in kindergarten. Well, I don't have that because I am in the transition of moving. I mean, I didn't write anything. I usually didn't do anything. I didn't have fun. My childhood consisted of skateboards and scooters and bikes and being with my mom. So something I wrote was probably like a letter to someone, like to when I was like saying sorry, because I always wrote sorry letters to people because I felt sorry. Yeah, so I always wrote sorry letters to stuff like I like broke something with my sisters, and me and my friend like wrote a letter to her, It was like, I'm sorry, like my sister's name was Chloe, is name, not was, and I was like, I'm sorry, Chloe, I hope you like accept my apology, like I love you, you're my sister, like something stupid like that. So there you go. I read it in my mind. Was Pink, and it was coming out, so you better get this party started. That was one of the songs, and then another one was like one of like the soundtrack from Spy Kids. I used to listen to that. My sister, yeah, I was listening to it. That was my brother. Okay, so I have no other songs. And then, what was one funny thing you dressed up as for Halloween when you were younger? I dressed up as Batman. This is a story, it was not even funny, but it was a story. I dressed up as Batman, and I was like maybe like 5. And I fell in a rose bush, got thorns all in me. But when I got up, my mom's like, oh my god, you broke the rose bush. I felt, even though I was in pain, my mom was smart and like warped my brain, so like when I got up and I was in pain, I was like, yeah, I still broke it, so I'm not gonna cry, like I was big. So like after I got up, I was like, ooh, like I'm okay, I broke it though. So yeah, I dressed up as Batman. This is a story, it was not even funny, but it was a story. I dressed up as Batman, and I was like maybe like 5, and I fell in a rose bush, got thorns all in me. But when I got up, my mom's like, oh my god, you broke the rose bush. I felt, even though I was in pain, my mom was smart and like warped my brain, so like when I got up and I was in pain, I was like, yeah, I still broke it, so I'm not gonna cry, like I was big. So like after I got up, I was like, ooh, like I'm okay, I broke it though. So yeah, I've always remembered that. It was weird. Okay, so next question is, tell a funny story of something you remember happening when you were young. Something when I was young, okay, so I'm diabetic, and we dropped my uncle off at the airport, and it's not really funny, but it's funny to me because I was safe. I wasn't safe, but I lived. So, we went to IHOP, and since I'm diabetic, I have to give myself insulin for everything I eat. So I ate pancakes, and I didn't put syrup on them this time, and I gave myself insulin for the syrup, so I got really low once I got home, and I went into diabetic seizure. And my dad like jumped on top of me because I was like trying to get away, and I was like kicking him, and I kicked him in the balls, and I scratched his face, and I started clawing my face. And then the ambulance came and like gave me like this shot in my leg, and I woke up. But I thought it was really funny because I kicked my dad in the balls. But I don't remember it. But I remember him telling me, so that's all. So then, are there any special things you kept from when you were a child? I've actually kept this boot. It's a boot like this big. Like it's like actual like cowboy boot, leather and everything. And I've kept it my whole life pretty much, like since I was like 3. Cause I don't know, I just always kept it. That's the only thing I've kept. I'm not really a memorabilia person. Okay, so 2 more questions. What's the scariest thing you remember that happened to you when you were younger? When I was younger, I was walking my dog, and there was this guy that tried to kidnap this kid up my street like a week before. So I was already sketched out, like walking up the street. And I walk up the street, and this big white bus with no window, like the painted windows, is like driving past. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my god, it's going really slow. They drive up, and I hear them talking. I'm driving because the window is down. I'm like, uh-oh. I jump in the bushes, and I'm holding my dog. And, like I'm behind the bushes, like a thin layer, like a layer like this thin, and I'm just like behind the bushes, like looking under them, and I hear them like they stop right where I am, and I'm like, and they're like, stuff like that, and then finally they drive away because the car comes from behind them, and I just run home, and luckily my dog was kind of trained and followed me that time, because I let go of the leash and I just ran. So yeah, that was one of the scariest moments of my life. Okay, so last question. How is the world now different from how it was like you were when you were a kid? Well, when I was a kid, for me, there was no problems. It was all happy-go-lucky, like, yeah, best life ever. And then now it's like, okay, gotta pay for my own stuff. Gotta do schoolwork, gotta do all this work. It's all stressful and stuff, like trying to find a job, all that stuff. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys liked this video. Hopefully I didn't disappoint you. I hope to see you next week, which I will see you next week. But I'm just saying that because you never know what can happen. So yeah, check out my channel, of course. It's in the description, like always. Give this video a thumbs up. There you go. That's a good idea. Alright, so love you all. You're all beautiful. And see you guys next week or on my channel.